This is going to be a reply to bacterial wastes video for 5 questions for atheists. Okay, first question is on Christian teachings. He says, if Christianity was more tolerant and more loving, would you be more likely to believe it? No. Um, how I feel about something has no bearing on its reality. I can hate it, I can love it. Um, it doesn't. It doesn't affect whether or not it's real. And in order for me to believe uh, in Christianity, Christianity would have to uh, be shown to be real. Um, I believe things based on evidence and reason, and there's been no evidence to sway me to believe Christianity, regardless of how loving and accepting their teachings could be, or, you know. You also add, think about it, Jesus never taught and threatened people with hell. I'm going to disagree with you. Our concept of hell didn't really exist until the New Testament. So, yeah. Okay, next question. Is atheism satisfying? Um, well, I can only speak for myself, and the answer would be yeah. My atheism is satisfying to me. Um, I used to I used to be a theist, and now that I no longer have that false sense of security and this false sense of knowing things, things that collectively no one knows. Um, it just it forces, not having that forces you to really look at the real world, to really look at reality, and to try to learn as much as you can about it. Um, it gives me a greater respect for life, a greater respect and appreciation for knowledge, um, and I have a truer sense of peace and happiness when I look at the real world, at reality as it truly is, and not with the God glasses on. So, next question: assuming God exists, couldn't He have used evolution? Um, assuming what God exists? Are we talking the flying spaghetti monster? Are we talking Thor? Are we talking? I'm going to assume, based on the tags on your video, that you're talking about the Christian God Yahweh. If Yahweh exists, couldn't He have just used evolution as a means of generating complex life? Sure. um, but as long as we're assuming, what else do you want to assume? It's not a proof one way or the other. Question number 4: would you rather there be a God or there not be a God? That's a good question. Um, I haven't really thought of that. I haven't really thought of that before. Um, yeah, I suppose it would be nice to think that there's some that you were created specially for a specific purpose, and that there's some being out there that's watching over you and keeping you safe, and um, that there's a plan for everything, and blah blah blah. You know, uh, sure, it might be nice, as long as I'm, you know, picking the God. Um, it certainly wouldn't be the Christian God, but uh, again, it goes back to the first question. It makes no difference how I feel about it. Um, it has to be shown with evidence, and just liking an idea is not sufficient enough to make it real. And the last question, do you hate religious beliefs or religious actions based on beliefs, or both? I certainly hate some religious beliefs. I hate how religion is divisive. I hate how corrosive it is on mental health. And I certainly disagree with a lot of specific religious teachings. But it's ultimately our beliefs inform our actions, and it's our actions that affect people. So, yeah, I would probably have to say both. Alright, so it looks like that's it. I hope I answered your questions. Thanks.